There have always been stories about strange and scary events that cannot be explained. These tales often involve mysterious noises, shadowy figures, or things moving on their own. These stories, known as paranormal activities, can be very spooky and make people feel scared. Here are 10 of the top scary paranormal activities that have frightened people for many years. One of the most common paranormal activities is seeing ghostly apparitions. Many people claim to have seen figures that look like people, but are transparent or glowing. These ghostly figures are often seen in old houses, castles, and other places with a long history. Some people say they have seen ghosts of soldiers in old battlefields, while others have seen the ghosts of family members who have passed away. These sightings can be very scary, especially when the ghostly figure seems to be watching or following the person who sees it. Ghostly apparitions often appear suddenly and vanish just as quickly, leaving the witness shaken and confused about what they have seen. Another scary paranormal activity is hearing strange noises. People often report hearing footsteps, knocking, or voices when no one else is around. These noises can be very unsettling, especially when they happen in the middle of the night. Some people believe these noises are made by ghosts or other supernatural beings. Others think they might be caused by the house settling or animals moving around, but when no clear explanation can be found, it can be very frightening. In some cases, these noises can be loud and persistent, making it difficult for people to sleep or feel safe in their own homes. Objects moving on their own is another common paranormal activity. This can include doors opening and closing, lights turning on and off, or objects being thrown across the room. People who experience this often feel like they are being haunted by a poltergeist, a type of ghost known for causing physical disturbances. These events can be very scary because they seem to show that something invisible and powerful is in the house. Sometimes these movements are subtle, like a picture frame tilting slightly, but other times they can be violent and aggressive, like heavy furniture being moved or items being hurled across the room. Some people report feeling a sudden drop in temperature, known as cold spots, which is another common paranormal activity. These cold spots often occur in specific areas of a room and can be very chilling. People who experience them often say they feel an eerie presence or a sense of dread when they stand in the cold spot. This phenomenon is often associated with ghosts and is thought to be a sign that a spirit is nearby. Cold spots are particularly frightening because they are often accompanied by other signs of a haunting, such as strange noises or the feeling of being watched. Shadow figures are another spooky paranormal activity. These are dark, shadowy shapes that move on their own and often seem to be watching people. They can appear in the corners of rooms, in hallways, or even outside windows. People who see shadow figures often feel very scared and sometimes even feel like they are being threatened. These figures are often seen out of the corner of the eye and disappear when looked at directly, adding to the fear and mystery. Shadow figures are often described as having a malevolent presence, making people feel deeply uneasy or even terrified. One of the scariest paranormal activities is possession. This is when a person feels like their body is being taken over by a spirit or demon. People who are possessed often speak in strange voices, have unusual strength, and act very differently than they normally do. Possessions can be very frightening for both the person experiencing it and the people around them. Some people believe that exorcisms, a religious ritual, can help remove the spirit or demon from the person's body. Possessions are often portrayed in movies and books, but real-life accounts can be even more terrifying, involving violent behavior, speaking in unknown languages, and a complete change in personality. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, are another scary paranormal activity. These are recordings of voices that are not heard at the time of recording, but can be heard when the recording is played back. People often capture EVPs when they are recording in haunted places. The voices can be very clear and often seem to be responding to questions or commenting on what is happening. Hearing a ghostly voice on a recording can be very unsettling and can make people feel like they are being watched. Some EVPs are just faint whispers, but others are loud and clear, making them even more disturbing. Some people also report seeing lights in the sky or strange creatures, known as cryptids. These sightings often happen in remote or rural areas and can be very scary. People have reported seeing Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and other strange creatures that do not seem to belong in our world. These sightings often happen at night, adding to the fear and mystery. People who see these creatures often feel very scared, and sometimes even feel like they are in danger. Cryptid sightings often lead to extensive searches and investigations, but these creatures are rarely, if ever, found, leaving their existence a mystery. Ouija boards are another source of scary paranormal activities. These boards are used to communicate with spirits and are often used at parties or by people who are curious about the supernatural. People who use Ouija boards often report strange things happening, like the planchette moving on its own or spelling out messages from spirits. Using a Ouija board can be very scary, especially when the messages are threatening or when strange things start happening in the house afterward. Ouija board sessions can quickly turn from fun and games to a terrifying experience, leaving participants scared and unsure of what they have contacted. Finally, some people experience a feeling of being watched or followed, even when they are alone. This can happen anywhere, but it is often reported in places that are believed to be haunted. People who experience this often feel very scared, and sometimes even feel like they are in danger. This feeling can be very intense and can make people afraid to be alone or to go into certain places. The sensation of being watched can be accompanied by other paranormal activities, such as seeing shadow figures or hearing strange noises, making the experience even more terrifying. These 10 scary paranormal activities have been reported by many people over the years. Whether you believe in ghosts and other supernatural beings or not, these stories can be very spooky and can make you think twice about turning off the lights or going into a dark room. The next time you hear a strange noise or see something out of the corner of your eye, you might wonder if it is just your imagination or if there is something more to it. Paranormal activities may remain a mystery, but the fear they create is very real. If you enjoyed this video about the top 10 scary paranormal activities, please give it a thumbs up and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more spooky stories and paranormal content. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. If you have your own paranormal experiences or know someone who does, share this video with your friends and family. We'd love to hear your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay curious about the mysteries of the unknown.